Hi everyone, my name is Kelsey Sufka. Welcome to an introduction course on the great outdoors in Minnesota. Have you ever been to Minnesota before?
I have.
You have?
Yes.
Did you like it?
I did.
Awesome. I don't know if you knew this or not, but Minnesota has 66 state parks and 9 recreation areas. 3 of the most popular parks to visit are going to be Itasca State Park, Gooseberry Falls State Park, and Teddigoose State Park. So to begin, Itasca State Park is located in Grand Rapids, Minnesota. It's Minnesota's oldest state park. It's 32,000 acres big and it has 100 lakes within the park. One of the cool things about this state park is that it's the start of the Mississippi River. Itasca State Park was actually created to help protect the Mississippi source waters, and that's why it's one of the most visited parks in Minnesota. This park also has great wildlife viewing. You can expect to see loons, white-tailed deer, and bear here. There's camping available. There's going to be over 300 sites, which makes it one of the largest campsites in Minnesota. There's also a hostel on site, and there's sanitation sites as well, so you can take a shower, use the toilet, and wash your hands. There's going to be 49 miles of hiking trails. 1.5 miles of wheelchair accessible trails are available. There's going to be 3.25 miles of self-guided trails and 16 miles of paved biking trails as well. Like most parks in Minnesota, you can expect to be able to snowshoe anywhere in the winter. The second state park is going to be Gooseberry Falls State Park. It's located in Two Harbors, Minnesota, and I have this map behind me of Lake Superior. Duluth is right here. Two Harbors is just north of Duluth, right about here. This state park is known as the Gateway to the North Shore. The North Shore is a 151-mile stretch starting at Duluth and ending at the border of Canada. Within this stretch, there's going to be 8 state parks and 41 historic sites and museums. Gooseberry State Park is also known for its waterfalls and river gorge. There are 5 waterfalls. The main falls that people like to see are the upper, lower, and middle falls. You can hike right up to these falls, so they're really fun to go to. Within Gooseberry State Park, there's going to be abundant wildlife. There's 225 species of birds. There's going to be 46 species of mammals. You can expect to see white-tailed deer, black bears, and gray wolves. There's also 10 species of reptiles and amphibians. For recreation activities, there's going to be camping and lodging available. There's over 100 camping sites, so it's a decent-sized campground for Minnesota. There's also sanitation sites for showers and toilets. And then there's also going to be 20 miles of hiking trails. With this park, there's going to be 1 mile of wheelchair accessible hiking and then 15 miles of paved biking trails. Something cool about this park is that the Superior Hiking Trail goes through it, and the Superior Hiking Trail is a trail that's 310 miles long, and it goes through the North Shore and it goes through all of the 8 state parks. And then, like most other places, you can go snowshoeing, you can go snowmobiling as well. Moving on, there's going to be Teddigoose State Park. That's located in Silver Bay, Minnesota. That's going to be north of Gooseberry Falls. It's going to be right about here on this map. It's known for its scenic hiking trails and rock climbing. One of the best trails overlook the Sawtooth Mountains, and the Sawtooth Mountains are just a small hill range on the North Shore. It's not a mountain range. There really aren't any mountains in Minnesota. And then for rock climbers, the best rock wall to climb is called Palisade Head. It's a lakeside cliff and it's 300 feet above Lake Superior, and it's really beautiful to hike to as well. Also for hiking, you can hike to Baptism River, and you can also hike to High Falls, and the High Falls are 60 feet tall, making it one of the highest waterfalls in Minnesota. As well as the waterfalls, there are also 6 lakes within the state park. Some of them you can actually hike to. As well as the hiking, there's going to be wildlife viewing. There's 40 species of mammals. The most common that you can expect to see there are going to be white-tailed deer, red squirrels, and beaver. Less common to see, but you may be able to see them, are going to be moose, timber wolves, and black bear. Other activities that you can do at this park, you can go canoeing or kayaking. You can rent a canoe or kayak on a couple of the lakes there. There's also a fishing pier, and then there's going to be 23 miles of hiking trails as well. Like I mentioned in the last state park, the Superior hiking trail goes through this park too. There's going to be 12 miles of that trail. There's going to be 1.5 miles of paved biking trails. And then there's also going to be 4 miles of skiing trails and 12 miles of snowmobiling trails. There are just under 100 available camping sites to stay at. And something unique about this park is that there's actually 5 kayaking sites that you can go to. And then, like every other state park in Minnesota, there's sanitation sites, so you can take a shower or use the toilet and wash your hands. So in conclusion, these state parks have much to offer. They are some of the most visited state parks in Minnesota because of their natural beauty and activities they have. So, can anyone tell me the names of the 3 best state parks in Minnesota?
Itasca, Tetagooch, and Gooseberry Falls.
Good. And what are some activities that you'd like to do in those parks?
I'd like to hike and camp, but what exactly is snowshoeing? I'm curious.
Oh, it's like, well, there has to be a lot of snow because the whole point is that you put this, like, it looks like a tennis racket, and you put it on your boot, and you kind of walk across the snow, and it just makes you not fall through the snow.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like normal walking or hiking, but you do it on snow.
That'd be fun.
It's fun. It's cold. And what kind of wildlife would you like to see in those parks?
I'd like to see loon, black bear, and moose, actually.
A moose. I have never seen a moose at all in Minnesota, but they're there. I know people who've seen them. Okay, well, I hope you found this information useful and that if you ever go to Minnesota, you can take it with you. Thank you.